Yu returns to Kei's gym with the championship belt over his shoulder, but the coach immediately dampens his euphoria. You won kindergarten. Real boxing is in the shadows, where monsters and money rule. Kei reveals the truth about the dark side. Underground fights, corrupt promoters, fighters broken not by fists, but by the system. Yu remains silent, wiping away sweat after his warm-up, but something stirs inside. He senses danger. In Korea, Baeksan, his school nemesis, is progressing in another gym. The punching bag cracks under his hooks. His eyes blaze with vengeance. He watches videos of Yu's fights and whispers, I'll crush the ghost. Kei decides to toughen up his student. He sends him to spar with the gym's shadow fighter, a guy named Chan, a master of dirty tricks. Chan throws elbows in the clinch, crushes with knees, but Yu dodges like a shadow, reading every move. The first exchange, Chan cuts Yu's eyebrow, drawing blood, but the boy counters with a jab to his solar plexus. Chan runs out of breath and falls to his knees. Kei nods. You're growing, but the elite are ahead. Yu looks in the mirror, sees the scar, and for the first time thinks, is this fun? However, Baeksan is already on the horizon, and Kei is preparing a plan for an underground tournament. An underground world opens up. Kei leads Yu to an abandoned warehouse where fights with no holds barred are taking place under flashing lights. Blood on the concrete. Stakes in the millions. The crowd is rich, gangsters, mafia scouts. Yu is registered as the Ghost, and his first opponent is the Butcher, a tattooed giant with 20 consecutive knockouts, punching with sledgehammer fists. The gong rings in the dim light. The Butcher rushes, hooks tearing through the air, Yu dancing on the tips of his feet, slipping millimeters, his body arching. The crowd screams, Finish him! The Butcher traps Yu in the corner. An uppercut to the body ribs crunch. Yu coughs up blood, falls, but gets up with a cold gaze. He sees a pattern. Heavy legs, a slow retreat, a left fake, a slip, a series of blinding jabs, a hook to the liver, an uppercut from below. The Butcher crumbles like a mountain knockout. The promoters whisper, Who's this kid? Kei pats him on the shoulder. You turned on the light. Baeksan learns about the fight from a video. His fists clench. He's flying to the same city. Yu feels the rush, but Kei warns. Next one's a killer. A new challenge. The Talon, a technical killer from Thailand. A Muay Thai master in boxing gloves, knees, and elbows in the clinch death. Yu's training is intense. Kei makes him run with weights, hit the moving mitts, and study videos of the Talon. He breaks geniuses, says Kei. Read the pain. In Korea, Injae calls Yu. Take care, friend. The bell rings in the warehouse. The Talon circles. Long jabs cut the air. Yu keeps his distance, dodges, but catches an elbow to the shoulder. His arm goes numb. Clinch, knee to the stomach. Yu is out of breath. Blood comes from the mouth. The crowd is ecstatic. He pushes away, analyzes. The Talon relies on dirt. A slip of the jab, a break inside, a hook to the temple, an uppercut to the jaw. The Talon goes blind, falls. Knockout. Yu staggers, but stands, the light in his eyes brighter. Kei reveals Claw's backstory. An orphan, boxing revenge on the world. They're all broken, like you! Baeksan arrives in the city, enlists in the same underground fate conspires. Baeksan makes his underground debut. His first fight is a smashing of a middling fighter with hooks. The crowd notices the Korean beast. Yu sees the video and remembers school. He's here. Kei arranges a joint sparring session in the gym, a test before a big tournament. Baeksan growls. Remember school, weakling? Yu is silent, his eyes empty. The bell rings. Baeksan presses with aggression. Hooks fly like a hail. Yu ducks, but takes a punch to the body. Pain flares. Memories of the bullying burn. Baeksan taunts. You're still the same coward! Yu focuses. He sees the telegraph, a wide swing. Counter. Jab to the nose. Side hook. Uppercut. Baeksan is knocked down. gets up angry. Second round. Baeksan changes style, pressing, but Yu dances, breaking the rhythm. A final uppercut KO. Baeksan coughs up blood. This isn't the end. K stops him. He's your demon. He defeated you, but he didn't break you. Yu feels a spark of anger, the first emotion. The Shadow Tournament has been announced. The stakes are enormous. The Shadow Tournament is the underground elite. Prizes run into the millions, and the losers leave crippled. Yu easily qualifies. Sparring with the Reaper, a high-speed puncher slips, counters a knockout in a minute. K teaches, there are no rules here, only survival. Baeksan is also in the bracket, exacting revenge in the qualifiers, breaking jaws. Their paths converge in the quarterfinals. Before the fight, Yu trains night after night, remembering his mother, Inje. For them, the crowd in the arena, hundreds, cigarette smoke, the stakes mount. The gong rings. Baeksan goes wild. A series of hooks, Yu in the ropes, cut, blood blinds. Die! The enemy screams. Yu is knocked down. The referee counts, rises at the count of 9. He sees weakness. Rage blinds Baeksan. He dodges 10 punches, breaks through. Jab, uppercut, hook, Baeksan collapses, knocked out. The crowd roars. Ghost! Yu helps him up. We're both broken. Baeksan whispers. You're a monster! The semifinals await a beast named Gorislav. Gorislav is a Russian bear, 6'6", with fists like sledgehammers, 50 fights without a loss, and can break ribs with a look. K shares the info. He kills slowly. Training. Yu works on his endurance, sandbags until his fists bleed. Inje flies in to support. You've changed, brother. Semifinals. The arena cracks. Gorislav roars. Hooks blow the air away. Yu ducks. But the first punch to the jaw, the world swims. A knockdown. He gets up, blood on the canvas. Gorislav presses. Uppercuts to the body, ribs crack. Yu coughs, but reads. A heavy, slow turn. Fake. Dodge. A series of punches to the body. Gorislav runs out of breath. A counter to the temple. An uppercut, the bear falls. A knockout. The crowd is shocked. K embraces. You're a legend. Baeksan is recovering in the shadows, but vows to return. The tournament final is against the Devil. The Devil is the elite, a former world champion. The speed of light, a combo like a machine gun, eyes empty, like Yu's once were. Before the fight, K reveals. He seeks death, just like Yu sought the light. Yu meditates, remembering the path, from school to the ring. The final. The arena is packed, millions are on the line. The gong sounds a hail of jabs. Yu goes blind from the injections, cuts on both eyebrows, blood flows like a river. He falls twice, his lungs burn, but gets up. Why don't you give up? The Devil croaks. Yu whispers. Right! He reads the pattern, a fake right. He dodges 20 punches, his body in rhythm, a breakthrough. An uppercut from below breaks the jaw, a hook, a knockout. The Devil is down. Yu is the Shadow Champion. The crowd chants, K smiles. You found yourself. But the Mafia promoters come up and say, welcome to the big world. After Yu's triumph in the elite, contracts, sponsors, but K warns of corruption, fixed fights, doping. Baeksan returns, now an ally? He trains with Yu in K's gym. You're stronger, but I'm not broken. A new challenge. The Emperor, a Japanese technician, a master of counterattacking. Sparring. The Emperor parries everything, cutting Yu with elbows. Yu adapts, breaks his defense with a hook. A draw. The world of boxing is a chessboard of monsters. Inje brings Yu's mother to rehab. She's sober, crying. Forgive my son. Yu hugs her silently. The light warms. Preparing for the world rankings. The underground behind, the arenas of light ahead. After Yu's triumph in the elite, contracts, sponsors, but K warns of corruption. Fixed fights, doping. Baeksan returns, now an ally. He trains with Yu in K's gym. You're stronger, but I'm not broken. A new challenge. The Emperor, a Japanese technician, a master of counterattacking. Sparring. The Emperor parries everything, cutting Yu with elbows. Yu adapts, breaks his defense with a hook. A draw. The world of boxing is a chessboard of monsters. Inje brings Yu's mother to rehab. She's sober, crying, "Forgive my son." Yu hugs her silently. The light warms. Preparing for the world rankings. The underground behind. The arenas of light ahead. The world of boxing is unfolding. The top 10 awaits. Yu is in 5th place, but K sees darkness of Federation under the Mafia. A new monster. Titan. An American giant with a KO record. Before the fight, Baeksan saves Yu from the promoter's setup. We are together against them. The fight in Las Vegas. Titan batters. Yu flies around the ring. Knockdowns, but evolves speed plus strength. The final? A dodge of a hook. An uppercut to the jaw. Titan falls. Yu is in the top 3. K whispers, "You're ready for the 3 kings." Baeksan smiles. Rematch later. The light shines, but the darkness thickens. Yu is in the world's top 3. The arenas are buzzing with his name Ghost, but K immediately puts him in his place. "You've won the underground and the rankings, but ahead lie 3 kings. Bodies, machines of destruction." The first is Machine, a Canadian android with perfect technique, a 98% dodge rate, and a punching machine. Training at K's gym is hell. Yu runs with chains, hits tennis balls on ropes, studies videos. Baeksan now trains nearby. Their sparring sessions are like a dance of enemies, brothers. Baeksan presses with force. Yu reads and counters. Inje brings Yu's mother to the match. She holds his hand, whispers, "Proud. The fight is in Montreal. 50,000 spectators. The lights are blinding." Gong. Machine circles, scalpel-like jabs cut the air. Yu dodges, but catches a serial uppercut to the body, his ribs ache, his breathing ragged. The crowd gasps. Machine, emotionless. "You're predictable." Yu is knocked down. The referee counts down to 3, then rises with a cold smile. He sees a pattern. Micropauses in his stance. A fake, a breakthrough. A hook to the liver breaks the rhythm. An uppercut from below. Machina freezes, falls like a robot. Knockout. Yu is ranked 2nd in the world. K claps. "You broke the machine. But the Federation is angry the promoters are plotting." Baeksan warns. "They want to break you." Saifu. The 2nd king is Shadow, a Mexican speed ghost, a former assassin, with the same slips as Yu, but with venom in his fists. K reveals. He lost his family to the cartel. Boxing is a vendetta. Yu flies to Mexico City. A crowd of fanatics roars under a rain of confetti. Before the fight, Yu flashes back. Memories of his drunken mother, how he hid in the corner. Anger gives him strength. The bell rings in an open stadium. Shadow dances, a hail of jabs. Yu is blinded by jabs. A cut on his cheekbone. Blood mixes with sweat. He retreats into the ropes, takes a hook, the world spins. A knockdown. "Give up, Phantom!" Shadow screams. Yu rises, his eyes blazing. He reads chaos. Shadow is impulsive and furious. Dodging 15 punches, body in the flow, breaking through. Uppercut to the sun, hook to the jaw, right cross. Shadow falls, knockout in the 2nd. The crowd sings Yu's anthem. He helps Shadow up. We are alike. #1 rating. Baeksan wins his title simultaneously. Calls? A rematch in the final? K shakes his head. The system is against you. Promoters offer a fixed fight. Yu refuses. And the darkness thickens. The setup begins. The 3rd king is the Emperor, a legend from Russia. The eternal heavyweight champion, fists like tractors, undefeated for 15 years. K shares a story. He killed his opponent in the ring. He lives on in guilt. Preparation. Yu and Baeksan spar at night, exchanging secrets. Baeksan teaches strength. Yu, reading. Yu's mother is sober, preparing dinner. Don't die. The fight is in Moscow, the Kremlin Palace, Putin in the stands, snow outside the windows. The gong. The Emperor presses with his weight. Hooks shake the ring. Yu flies like a leaf, dodges a hair, but an uppercut to the jaw, a tooth crunch, a knockdown. Referee, 7. Yu coughs up blood, gets up. He sees weakness, old knees. Fake pressure, dodge, a series of kicks, the Emperor limps. Counter, a jab blinds, an uppercut breaks the nose, a hook, knockout. The Emperor lies down, whispering, "You are the new king. Yu is the undisputed champion." The crowd is ecstatic, but the Federation steals the victory. The judges give a controversial decision. The title is gone. Kei is furious. They're afraid of you. Baeksan intervenes, punches the promoter, and the scandal erupts. The scandal escalates. The video of the setup goes viral. Fans revolt. Yu is temporarily disqualified. Kei retreats into the shadows. "I've done my part." Yu and Baeksan flee the underground clean fights without a federation. First match, the Dragon, a dope Chinese fighter with muscles like steel. The arena in Shanghai. The Dragon roars, fists like rockets. Yu dodges, but a blow to the liver paralyzes him. He falls twice. Injae shouts from the stands, "Get up!" Yu raps. Doping blinds the mind. A series of dodges to the body. An uppercut, the Dragon writhes. Knockout. Yu's fans grow. The underground grows rich. Baeksan defeats the Jaguar in parallel. They share the ring. We are the new kings. Yu's mother writes a letter. "Come back, son." Yu tears it up. The light is here. But the Federation declares a Hunt Mafia agents are hot on his heels. The hunt is on. Promoters send out hounds, dirty fighters from underground arenas. The first is Fang, a street thug with knives in his gloves, hidden. Yu is in Berlin, in a dark hangar. Fang slashes with elbows, blood flows. Yu goes blind, knocked down by a blow to the temple. Baeksan bursts in as a spectator, yelling, "Read!" Yu focuses. He sees a flaw in the stance. A breakthrough, a hook to the jaw. An uppercut, Fang is knocked out. He and Baeksan escape, hiding in Kei's gym. Kei returns. "I found a loophole, a world tour. Apocalypse tournament. Top 10 versus Yu. First round, Phantom from Brazil. Jiu-jitsu in the clinch. Yu closes the distance, counters the elbows with an uppercut, a knockout. Baeksan clears the way, defeating Thor. Injae hacks the Federation, leaking evidence of corruption. The world boils over. The semifinals. Yu against Demon, the Indian yogi boxer. His stamina endless, punching for hours. The arena in Mumbai, the heat suffocating. Demon circles, body shots exhausting. Yu runs out of breath, nosebleed, third knockdown. "You'll break," hisses Demon. Yu remembers school. Baeksan Ka stands up, meditates in a standing position. He reads his breath. The yogi runs out of breath. A dodge from the hail, a series of hooks to the head. An uppercut, Demon falls. The final round awaits. Baeksan. Their fight is the culmination. A ring in Dubai, skyscrapers flashing, billions at stake. Baeksan. Remember school? The Gong Might versus Genius. Baeksan's hooks shaking, Yu covered in blood, but dancing. Yu is knocked down. Baeksan regrets. "Get up, brother." Yu counters perfectly. An uppercut. A draw. Respect. The tour is interrupted. The Federation panics. The Federation counterattacks. Baeksan is disqualified for fighting, and Yu is declared an outlaw. They move to Asia and create their own promotion. Light of the Ring. First event, Yu versus Sar, the Siberian giant. A crowd of fans in Seoul. Sa thrashes, Yu flies, ribs crack, but an uppercut to the jaw results in a knockout. Baeksan organizes, "We're changing the game." Kei returns as an advisor. Yu's mother arrives. "I'm sober forever." Hugs tears. A new challenge. Federal champion Zeus, a Greek athlete with doping. Fight in Athens. Zeus presses. Yu is knocked down, but Injae's hack reveals the doping disqualification. Yu finishes clean. Light wins. Light of the Ring takes off. Arenas are bursting. Yu is an icon. Baeksan is number 2. Their friendship grows stronger. A new monster. Apex. A clone of Yu from the Federation lab. Perfect dodges. Sparring. Mirror. Draw in 12 rounds. He is your dark double. Injae finds a weakness. The psyche. The fight of the century. Apex copies, but Yu improvises. A fake causes panic. An uppercut. A knockout. The crowd worships. The Federation surrenders. Offers peace. Yu demands reform. Mother is proud. Kei leaves. Your era. The arc's finale. Yu versus Baeksang. A clean rematch. Seoul. A full stadium. For the school. For the light. The gong is epic. Baeksang's strength against Yu's genius. Blood. Sweat. Mutual knockdowns. Baeksang falls first, but Yu helps him up. You're my brother. Yu's knockout is victory. The boxing world changes. Corruption collapses. Yu looks to the sky. This is fun. The light blazes. Yu and Baeksan rule the light of the ring. Their promotion is smashing the charts, with clean, drug-free fights and fans around the world chanting Ghost and Beast. But the Federation isn't giving in. They send in Zero, a genetically modified fighter from a secret lab with superhero-like muscles, 99% dodge rate, and laser-like combos. Kei returns from the shadows. This is their last trump card. Preparation in Seoul. Yu runs through the mountains, sparring with Baeksan until his gloves bleed. Studying Injae's stats, Zero is a soulless machine. Yu's mother is now their manager, preparing them bento. Fight for justice. The fight is in Tokyo. The dome is full. 80,000 people are roaring. The bell rings. Zero circles like a drone. Jabs cut Yu's eyebrows. Blood flows. A series of uppercuts to the body. Ribs crack. A knockdown. You're obsolete. Zero hisses. Robotic. Yu coughs. Stands at 10. Remembers the emptiness of the past. Anger flares. He reads the algorithm a micro delay after the hook. Fake. Dodges 25 punches. Breaks inside. A hook to the liver throws him out of rhythm. An uppercut from below breaks his jaw. Zero falls. The system crashes. Knockout. The crowd is ecstatic. Injae hacks the lab. Evidence comes to light. The Federation is in crisis, but whispers of the King of Kings. The King of Kings. Goran. The Serbian god of the ring. 40 years old. 100 fights unbeaten. Fists that sow death. Eyes like an abyss. Kei reveals. He once ruined my career. Yu flies to Belgrade. Baeksan by his side. It's just the two of us. Training, endurance work, iron bags. Meditation to read auras. Before the fight, Kei flashbacks. His defeat by Goran. A broken arm. A vow of revenge through Yu. The arena is like a coliseum. Snow is falling. Goran roars to the crowd. The bell. Goran presses with his weight. Hooks shake his skull. Yu is in the ropes. A cut on his forehead. Blood blinds. A knockdown from an uppercut. The world is spinning. Referee. 8. Yu gets up, sees the pattern. Old joints creak. Baeksan yells from the stands. Read the pain! A dodge of the hail. A series of knees weakens. A breakthrough. A jab to the eye. An uppercut to the heart. Goran wheezes. Falls to his knees. A technical knockout. Goran bows. You are the new god. Yu helps him up. Kei cries in the corner. Revenge is complete. The Federation is crumbling. But the Mafia is activating. The assassins are on their tail. The Mafia strikes. In Seoul, Yu is attacked in an alley by 3 men with rebar. Baeksan intervenes, breaking their jaws. Injae hacks their accounts. Evidence of corruption in the Federation. Light of the Ring announces a global tour. Asia, Europe, America. The first leg is Furia, the Brazilian panther. Lightning speed, claws and gloves. Rio Arena, a carnival roars. Furia scratches Yu's face. Blood flows, pressure in the clinch. Elbows to the ribs. Yu runs out of breath. Knockdown. His mother screams, "Son!" Yu focuses. He sees the impulse. Rage. A slip. A counter to the body. A hook to the temple. Furia goes blind. An uppercut. Knockout. The tour picks up speed. Baeksan crushes Vulcan in a parallel fight. Their duet is legendary. Kei teaches, the world of boxing is a war, but light conquers darkness. US Tour. Las Vegas. Casanova. A cunning American showman. Fake knockouts for betting. Yu sees the rigging, but hits clean. Dodging tricks. An uppercut to the jaw, a knockout in a round. Scandal. Casanova admits to fixing matches. Light of the ring is number 1. New challenge. Nexus. A cyberboxer with implants and scanning eyes. Training. Yu blinds himself with a blindfold, trains his instincts. Fight in Los Angeles. Nexus scans, anticipates, jabs are adjusted with a laser, Yu is covered in blood, knocked down from a hook. Inje jams the implants with a hack. Nexus goes blind. Yu counters. A series of hooks. An uppercut. A machine crash. The fans adore him. Baeksan defeats Thunder, but suffers an injury, broken ribs. Baeksan is on pause. Yu takes over. Singles. The Mafia sends Storm, a hurricane from Australia, the endurance of the ocean. Sydney, a storm outside. Storm drowns with pressure. Yu drowns in punches. His lungs burn. 2 knockdowns. Kei whispers, breathe rhythm. Yu adapts. Dodges save strength. A series of liver blows exhausts. An uppercut. Storm drowns. Victory. Yu's mother organizes a fund for boxing orphans. Inje reveals the main boss of the Mafia. Don, the owner of the Federation. Kei, the end is near. Tour semi-final. Yu versus Whirlwind. A Japanese ninja boxer. Invisible punches. Tokyo. Samurai lights. Whirlwind disappears in motion. Elbows out of nowhere. Yu cuts. Blood spurts. Knockdown. Baeksan limps in the stands. Dance. Yu enters the flow anticipating the shadows. A fake lures. An uppercut from the darkness, Whirlwind falls. Tour final against Don himself? No. His champion Leviathan. A monster from South Africa. A jaw like stone. Cape Town. The ocean roars. Leviathan breaks with punches. Yu is in a meat grinder. 3 knockdowns. Ribs shattered. Die. The beast roars. Yu remembers everyone. His mother, Inje, Baeksan, Kei. He gets up. The light blazes. He reads. Blind rage. Dodging 30 punches. Breaking through. Hook to the liver. Uppercut to the jaw. Leviathan collapses. Knockout. Dawn is furious. The round is won. Dawn counterattacks. Bribed judges. Disqualification of the light of the ring. Yu and Baeksan go all in. An open challenge to Dawn in the ring. Preparation. A global camp. Fighters from all over the world train Yu. Mother. This is the end of the era of darkness. The fight is in neutral Dubai. Billions are watching. Dawn is cunning. 50 years old. But his fists are poison. Fakes. Dirt in the clinch. Yu cuts. The poison burns. A knockdown. Inje broadcasts evidence of corruption online. The world explodes. Yu rises. For the light. The counter is perfect. An uppercut breaks Don's mask. A hook, a knockout. The Federation falls. Reforms begin. A new era. Yu is the president of Pure Boxing. Baeksan is the vice president. They train orphans. A new challenge. Omega, an alien from the manga future. An absolute genius. Sparring is eternal. Draws. Kei retires. Yu have surpassed. Inje creates a VR ring. Yu's mother. Family. The arc finale. Yu versus Baeksan, the second rematch. Seoul, a world at peace. Epic. Blood. Tears. Yu's victory. Brothers forever. Boxing is purified. The light is eternal. Yu reigns supreme in pure boxing. Light of the Ring is a global empire. Orphaned fighters grow up under his wing. Baeksan trains the elite. Inje hacks old mafia schemes. But out of nowhere appears Omega. Not a clone, but an alien from a parallel manga world. An absolute genius with eyes that see the future. abilities beyond physics. K, having retired, returns. He is a mirror of your peak, but without a soul. Training in the mountains of Japan, you meditates for days, sparring with Baeksan blind. Studying Omega's anomalies from video, his punches spark with energy. Yu's mother brings an amulet. The soul is stronger than machines. The fight is in neutral Tokyo. The arena dome pulsates. Billions are online. Gong. Omega anticipates. Dodges air. Yu's jabs pass through shadows. A series of uppercuts. A phantom. Yu is cut by energy hooks. Blood spurts. A knockdown from an invisible blow, the world goes dark. The referee counts. Baeksan yells, "Feel it!" Yu rises, enters a superflow. Instinct versus foresight. Fake breaks the algorithm with soul. A breakthrough. A hook to the heart of energy. An uppercut. Omega materializes. Falls. Knockout. Omega bows. You are the true one. You is the king of dimensions. But K warns, the past will return. The past comes alive. Baeksan receives a vision. School bullies have evolved into the Legion. A gang of underground fighters led by the resurrected ego of the old Baeksan. Flashback. Yu sees his dark self, a ghost from school. A symbol of emptiness. The light of the ring attack. The Legion steals orphans, forces them to fight dirty. Yu and Baeksan storm their lair in an old warehouse in Seoul, fists against knives. Yu dances among rebar, knocking out dozens. The leader is Shadow of Baeksan, a clone of Malice. Fighting in the dark, punches echoing. Yu takes a hook to the temple. Memories burn school. Mother, pain. Injae illuminates with lasers. Yu counters. An uppercut of light, the shadow melts. Baeksan breaks the clone. We are free. The orphans are saved, but Yu is wounded in soul. Doubts gnaw. Is the light eternal? His mother embraces him. You are my light. Global challenge. Pantheon. An alliance of former kings. Machine, Shadow, Emperor. Seeking revenge for their defeats. A tournament in Athens. The Colosseum reborn. The first. The reborn machine. With an AI upgrade. Yu fights blindly. He senses vibrations. Dodges by feel. An uppercut destroys the chip. A knockout. Baeksan crushes Shadow. For brotherhood. The Pantheon final the Emperor. Gray-haired, but furious. The ring trembles. Hooks like an earthquake. Yu bloodied. Ribs in dust. 3 knockdowns. K whispers over the radio. You see the guilt in his eyes. Yu regrets. A fake mercy. A series of body blows, the Emperor surrenders. The Pantheon is broken. Yu, the god of the Pantheon. A new threat. Chaos. A viral doping drug from the black market that turns fighters into berserkers. An epidemic erupts in the light of the ring. The orphans are infected. Yu tests it on himself. His body burns. Rage blinds him. Sparring with Baeksan is a bloodbath. Both are covered in blood. Injae synthesizes an antidote. Yu sacrifices the match. He takes the fight with the Alpha Berserker. The arena in Brazil. Chaos roars, tears the ropes. Yu dodges in delirium. Knocked down by a hurricane of blows. He remembers the light purifies himself. Counters cleanly. An uppercut to the heart, the Berserker falls. The antidote works. The epidemic is stopped. The orphans are clean. The world celebrates. Yu is the Nobel Prize-winning boxer. But his personal demon is Echo, a hallucination of Yu's emptiness, materialized by the Psycho Mafia. A battle in the mind. Echo lashes out with memories. Mother, school, loneliness. Yu breaks down, falls in a vision. Baeksan, Injae, K burst in mentally. You are not alone. Yu strikes with an uppercut of light. Echo melts. Victory over oneself. The final round. Yu versus Baeksan III. The apotheosis. Seoul. 100,000. The world watching. For everything. The gong is a symphony. The power of the beast against the genius of the ghost. Blood flows. Knockdowns are symmetrical. 12 rounds of hell. Baeksan, You are stronger. Yu counters with a final blow. A hook uppercut. Knockout. But he lifts his brother. Equal. The crowd cries. Is Yu retiring? No, he's training a new generation. Kei is retired, his mother is happy, Injae is a tech guru. Baeksan, revenge through orphans. Light is eternal, but a hint of darkness. A new genius in the shadows. Yu retreats into the shadows. Now he's the guru of Light of the Ring, training orphans in the mountains of Korea, dozens of empty-eyed boys, just like him. Baeksan is the vice champion. Injae builds VR arenas, and Yu's mother is the soul of the academy, providing them with energy. But orphan number 1, Kim, is a 16-year-old genius with Yu's instincts, dodging bullets and striking like lightning. Yu sees himself in him. Don't repeat my pain. A new challenge. Nova, a cyber corporation creating android boxers for doping shows. They kidnap Kim for testing. Yu returns. My student is my ring. Sparring with the Nova, one prototype. The android predicts. Laser gloves burn. Yu dodges on the edge. An uppercut crashes the processor sparks. A knockout. Baeksan will save the boy. Storming the laboratory in Shanghai. Fists against robots. Yu dances in the fire, breaks through the guards, finds Kim in the cell, hugs. Your light begins. Nova escalates. The Neo Era tournament. Androids versus humans. The prize is boxing control. Yu and Kim register. Baeksan trains the duo. Round 1. Kim versus Nova. 2. Drone speed. But the kid reads the code. A dodge uppercut failure. Yu versus Nova. 3. The Queen. A graceful killer with poison in her injections. The arena in Singapore. Neon dazzles. The Queen cuts eyebrows. Poison burns veins. Yu goes blind, knocked down from a hook. Injae hacks. Poison is weakness. Yu purifies his will. A breakthrough. A series of jabs neutralizes. An uppercut the Queen smokes. Knockout. Kim beams. Master. Yu's mother in the stands. Pride. Nova is angry the Omega. 2 boss has activated. The evolution of a past enemy. Semifinals. Kim versus Nova. 4. Mini Titan. A mini giant with mass. Kim is bogged down by the pressure. Her ribs are cracking. But Yu is teaching her over the radio. Read the center of thrust. A dodge, a hook to the knees, Titan goes down. Yu versus Omega. 2. God-level foresight. Punches from the future. Yu bloodied. 2 knockdowns. Visions of the void return. Baeksan screams, "You are the light." Omega. Yu enters a trance. Intuition defeats the algorithm. Fake with emotion. An uppercut from the heart. Omega. 2 freezes. Knockout. Finals. Yu and Kim versus Nova Boss. Absolute. A combo of all models. Tokyo Arena. Billions watching. Absolute dominates. Kim falls. Yu takes the fight to him, a hail of punches. Ribs shattered. But the duo synchronizes. Kim distracts. Yu counters with an uppercut. Absolute explodes. Nova is bankrupt. Kim is the Neo Era champion. The triumph is short-lived. Legion 2 is resurrected mutated delinquents from Baeksan High School, high on chaos doping, led by Echo 2, a dark clone of Yu. They terrorize the streets of Seoul, kidnapping orphans for gladiatorial combat. Yu and Baeksan gather the Academy's elite. A raid on the underground. A fight with Echo, 2 inches a cage. Hallucinations hit harder than fists. Yu sees his dead mother, falls into a vision. Kim intervenes. Master, get up. Yu shatters the illusion with an uppercut of light. Echo melts. The Legion is defeated, the orphans are home. Baeksan. The past is dead. A new era of orphans. Kim is a star, but his shadow is Jae, an orphan with the fury of Baeksan. Their sparring is a mini rematch between Yu and Baeksan. Yu teaches. Light is in balance. The Orphans Global Tour. Kim's first fight in New York against American Thunder. A show-stopping bully. Kim dances, knocks out with an uppercut. The world is in love. Jay crushes Mexican Shadow. Yu looks on. They're ready. But the Phoenix Corporation, the evolution of Nova, creates Phoenix 1. A phoenix made of nanoparticles with infinite regeneration. Fight with Phoenix 1. Kim wins. Nano dodges. Regeneration. The kid gets exhausted, knockdown. Yu counters. I'm done. Phoenix cuts, regeneration. Yu hits the core nano hook, uppercut overheats, explosion ash. Phoenix is bankrupt. 1. Yu's mother. The legacy lives on. Injay's building academies around the world. The legacy tournament, orphans versus the elite of the past. Kim versus Baeksang. The kid holds on, but the beast presses a draw. Respect. J versus K. An old guru teaches. Final. Kim versus Yu. Seoul. A full stadium. Pass the light. The Gong genius versus genius. Dodges mirrored. Blood symmetrical. 15 rounds. Kim falls, but Yu rises. You are the champion. The legacy is past. Kim is the new king of the Light of the Ring. His dodges are faster than light. Orphans idolize him, and his tour of the world's academies breaks records. But one night in Seoul, the sky cracks. A star shuttle crashes, and out emerges Novax, an alien scout from the planet Boxara, where the ring is religion and fists rule the galaxy. You are primitives. Kim, fight for Earth in the Cosmo League. Yu sees a hologram. The arenas are weightless. Punches spark with anti-gravity. Kim rages. I'm ready. Yu teaches. Space is read by instinct, not by the eyes. Baeksan sparred with him in VR. Don't lose your footing. First contact was a test with Asteroid. Novax's stone golem. Stratospheric arena. An asteroid pelts with meteors. Kim dodges in zero gravity. An uppercut splits the rock victory. Earth is in the league. But Novax whispers to you, your light is needed for the finale. Injay hacks the shuttle. They're looking for God. The Cosmo League begins. The first round in lunar orbit, Kim versus Quasar. A star puncher with plasma fists. The weightless ring pulses. Quasar incinerates the air. Kim is blinded by flashes. A knockdown from a plasma hook, her body burns. Yu over the comms. Read heat. Kim enters the flow, dodges the stars, breaks through. A hook cools the plasma. An uppercut detonates the core. A knockout. The Earth crowd roars over the broadcast. Baeksan flies like a coach. The kid is a monster. Second fight? Heavenly Vortex. A gas ghost with tornado-like punches. Kim gets caught in the vortex. Her lungs are torn, but she focuses an uppercut to the center of mass. The vortex collapses. Yu watches. He's growing. Novax reveals. The final is against the Guardian of the Galaxy, your doppelganger. Semi-finals on Mars. Kim versus Krypton. Crystalline Titan. Regenerating from blows. Red dust swirls. Krypton cuts with crystals. Kim is covered in blood. Ribs crunch. 2 knockdowns. Yu's mother, tearfully. Come back alive! Kim remembers Yu. Gets up, hits the frequency. The resonance shatters the crystal. An uppercut dust. Final, Guardian. An alien Yu dodges foresee eternity. Eyes empty like a past hero. Earth orbit, billions watch. Guardian copies the style. The rounds are tied. Kim is exhausted, knocked down from a Cosmo uppercut. Baeksan. He has no soul. Kim improvises with an earthly fake. An emoticon hook, Guardian glitches. An uppercut of light KO. Earth is the champion of the Cosmo League. Novax bows. You are worthy of the Union! The Galactic Alliance calls. Yu, Kim, and Baeksan board a shuttle to the Great Ring. A neutron star, bone-crushing gravity. There stands the Emperor of Space, an ancient god with black holes in his fists. Yu returns. This is my fight. Anti-grav training, sparring with stars, Injay building an exoskeleton. The first Guardian is Pulsar. The pulse is shocking. Yu dances in the sparks. An uppercut dampens the pulse victory. Kim teaches. Stars are read by vibration. Baeksan destroys supernova. The Emperor looks on. Primitives. The Great Ring. Gravity pulls. The Emperor punches. Time slows. You ages before our eyes. A knockdown. Visions of the end of the world. Kim and Baeksan synchronize. We are the light. You breaks through. Casts a singularity. Fake gravity. An uppercut to the heart of the star. The Emperor collapses. A knockout. The galaxy chants. But the shadow? The void. A cosmic version of the demon you. Devours the light. Battle with the void. Gravity-defying chaos. Hallucinations, the earth collapses. The mother dies again. You breaks, but Kim strikes the shadow. Master. Baeksan holds. Brotherhood. You counters with an all-soul uppercut. The void evaporates. The legacy is saved. Earth is the center of the Union. The Academy on the moon. Kim is the galactic king. You is the guru of the stars. Inje. Endless ring. Mother. Family is eternal. Sen. A rift opens over soul. A portal spews forth. Para Baeksan. A dark doppelganger from a world where anger has conquered light. Fists black with absorbed energy. Your brother has fallen, Ghost. Fight for the multiverse, he roars. You, Kim, and Baeksan dive into the portal, Inje hacking the fabric of reality through quantum VR. The first arena is the world of darkness, where boxing is a gladiatorial slaughter. Para Baeksan presses you, hooks absorb light, Yu's body fades, a knockdown in the abyss. Kim intervenes. Master. Baeksan synchronizes. A brotherhood uppercut rips through the darkness. Para falls. Reality stabilizes. Yu whispers. Infinite versions of us. Yu's mother sees a vision. Return home. But the portals multiply. The multiverse is at war. Multi-league. Arenas in parallel Earths. Kim versus Para Kim. An evil genius with anti-dodges. Landonalt. Para reads the future backwards. Kim goes blind from the inversion. Blood flows, knockdown. Yu teaches. Intuition is blind to time. Kim improvises with chaos. A hook violates causality. Para glitches. An uppercut, a knockout. Baeksan crushes Para himself in Berlin Alt. Force against force. A draw in reality. Yu versus Multi-Echo. A legion of shadows from all its voids. Hallucinations multiply thousands of mothers. Schools. Pains. The ring shatters. Yu falls into madness. But the light of all worlds flares. An uppercut of unity erases the legion. Inje. The center is our Earth. The semi-finals in the Chrono Ring. Time loops. Blows from the past and future. Kim versus Kron. The manipulator of eras. Strikes with Yu-Child in a vision. Kim loops through time. Dodges synchronized eras. An uppercut locks the flow victory. Baeksan versus Eternal Beast. The evolution of his fury through the ages. Fists echo history. Baeksan's ribs turn to dust, but the Brotherhood holds the hook of eternity, a knockout. Yu, the final against Archon, the god of the multiverse, a body of pure probability, dodges of all kinds. The arena is a kaleidoscope of worlds. Archon multiplies, a hail of blows from 100 realities. Yu bleeds with the blood of all lives. 3 knockdowns. Kim and Baeksan hold the edges of the ring. One light. Yu merges with the echo of all battles. The uppercut is absolute. The Archon collapses into a point. The portals draw them in. But the Archon's shard within Yu, the shadow of time, whispers doubts about the future. The Academy celebrates. The orphans idolize Kim. Baeksan, we are eternal. Yu meditates, sees his children's children in the ring. The Quantum Mafia. Interdimensional bosses. Steal orphans for quantum boxing. A raid in the crypto dimension. Yu dances through probabilities, dodges branch. An uppercut locks in reality. The orphans are saved. Kim evolves. I see worlds. Kim versus Cosmodon. An echo of an old enemy in the stars. Galaxy Alt. Dawn absorbs the light. Kim fades, but Yu over the link. Your light is ours. Uppercut of the galaxy. Knockout. Baeksan teaches orphans. Brotherhood across dimensions. Yu versus shadow of time within himself. Visions. Baeksan dead, Kim broken, mother in hell. Inje stabilizes with his mind. Kim echoes. We are here. Yu, uppercuts the root. The shadow leaves. The world is whole. A hyper rift above the academy. From the abyss of the hyper-universe emerges Entropos, the god of decay, a body of pure chaos, fists that disintegrate matter into atoms. Your light is an illusion. Fight absolute phantom. He thunders. You, Kim, Baek-san, and the orphan elite dive into the hyper ring, an arena beyond time, where blows branch new universes. Inje quantizes his mind into a network. I am the map of infinities. The first blow. Entropos touches you. The skin disintegrates. The pain of all deaths. A knockdown into nothingness. Kim synchronizes. Master, the flow! Baek-san holds. The uppercut of the triune restores reality. Entropos retreats, but whispers. The creators await. Use mother in a vision. Your light is everything. The portals of the hyperworlds are open a war for existence. Hyperleague, Superstring Arenas, Kim versus Entropoid, a god clone with phase decay. A kaleidoscope of worlds. Entropoid disintegrates Kim's dodges. His body phases, his blood atomizes, a knockdown in disintegration. You via hyperlink. Gather your will into singularity. Kim compresses light. A hook stabilizes the phase. An uppercut annihilates the clone. Baek-san crushes Chaos Beast in a string of fury. Strength against entropy, a draw in a new dimension. You versus reality creator. The architect of worlds, fists create. Destroy universes with every strike. Ring multiplex. The creator strikes. Worlds are born and die. You seize the deaths of all his versions. 3 knockdowns in the chaos of creation. The orphan's echo. 1 light. You weaves realities into a fake. An uppercut from the original. The creator is deconstructed. Semifinals in the ether continuum. Entropy accelerates time. Strikes from eternity. Kim versus vector of time. Loops accelerate his aging. Kim loops through eras. Dodges synchronize flows. An uppercut locks in eternity victory. Baek-san versus Entropy Emperor. An echo of all kings in decay. Fists atomize flesh. Baek-san's ribs are dust. But the Brotherhood regenerates a hook of stability, a knockout. You finals against Omni Entropos, the supreme god of decay. His body, the entire multiverse, dodges consuming existence. The arena is the collapse of everything. Omni strikes with a hail of decay. You bleeds the essence of being. 5 knockdowns. Realities fade. Kim, Baek-san, Inje, the mother, the orphans, a chorus of light. You are the center. You merges with the hyper light of all battles, eras, worlds. An omni-level uppercut. A god collapses into nothingness. Return. Hyper rifts are tightening, but a fragment of Entropos within Kim the microshadow whispers future decays. The academy evolves into the Hyper Academy. The orphans see strings. Baek-san, we have been reborn. You meditates in the superstring, sees grandchildren in endless rings. New threat. Arch Chaos, the primordial entity before the Big Bang, steals orphans for primordial boxing. Raid in the pre-dimension. You dances in nothingness. Dodges branch the Big Bang. An uppercut ignites reality. The orphans are saved. Kim evolves. I weave were. Tour of the hyper-universes. Kim versus Archidon. Echoes of enemies. In the primordial chaos. Chaos Galaxy. Dawn disintegrates. Creates. Kim stabilizes. Uppercut of the primordial explosion. Knockout. Baek-san teaches the elite. Brotherhood through non-existence. You versus Case. The micro shadow inside Kim. Visions. The disintegration of everything. Orphans in the dust. Baek-san in entropy. The hyperchoir intervenes. We are eternal. You uppercuts the root of chaos. The shadow is annihilated. Existence is whole. A meta rift in the academy. The pages of Manhwa bleed. Atrium emerges from the panels. The god of stories. A body of ink and cliffhangers. His fists rewriting plots. Your light is fanfic. Fight for the manhwa's ending, he thunders. You sees beyond the panels. Readers, your channel, our recaps. This is our story. Kim, Baeksan, Injae, and the orphans break the fourth wall, diving into the meta ring, the arena between chapters. Yu's mother materializes from a flashback. Fight for all of us. The first strike. Authorium erases Yu. The panel goes blank. Existence fades. A knockdown in white space. Kim echoes. Teacher, the story is ours. Baeksan holds. The uppercut of reader hype restores the ink. Authorium retreats, but whispers, editors and fandom are waiting. The panels multiply the war for the finale of chapter 100. Meta League? Arenas and comments and fanfics. Kim versus Cliffhanger. A monster with endless sequels. Reddit alt. Cliff meanders through plots. Kim drowns in teasers. Blood spills from dialogue. A knockdown in a spoiler. You, via narrative link, improvise after the author. Kim breaks the mold. A hook breaks canon. An uppercut publishes a chapter. Cliff fades. Baeksan crushes. Fake ending. In the Wattpad world. Power against plates. A draw in AU. You versus. Editor censor. Guardian of canon. Fists cut scenes. Ring draft. Editor cuts fights. You sees everyone censored deaths. 3 knockdowns in the gap. Fandom echoes. Likes. Comments. You weaves fan theories into fakes. An uppercut from recaps. The editor is corrected.